Art of seduction. Hoes jump like Vince Carter, backstage like they a part of production. We talked about her dreams, you gotta start up with something. Her mama went to college, but her father was hustling. Found it funny, cause now their daughter is stuck in a similar predicament. I'm asking where her man went. She said your guess is good as mine. Dropped out of school, now he run the streets like all the time. Left me alone with this baby, I don't hear from him. And to keep it 100 with you, I don't care for him. Well, moving on. Funny, cause I only know a couple of your songs, but I love when they come on. Word. I'll take it, baby, I'll take it. Why I'm staring at you, cause I'm picturing you naked. Know what's on your mind, embrace it, do not fake it. Tonight is what you make it, take it, do not waste it. Take a shot, do not. So this song, this is superstar dick. Girl, how could you not taste it? That's a little egotistical. So I'm channeling something here. That's a little egotistical. My amigos be hawking in Toledo. So basically, I'm channeling a player, right? And the thing about it is we're in a game, okay? And when you start off in the game, naive and innocent, you don't realize you're playing and you're looking for someone who's not gonna play you, but unfortunately, everyone's playing. And this sadness does settle in for the faint of heart because, you know, some of us do believe in love and magic and romance, and there's this growth process that happens when we drop the Disney fairy tale that we were sold, and my nose really itches, I'm sorry. And we start to believe in. So we get sold this dream. We're like, oh, you're gonna find a Prince Charming and he's going to pay all your bills and take care of you, and baby girl, you're gonna be fine. Just pop out the babies or whatever, you know? Or whatever, vice versa, it doesn't really matter. But guys, there is a type of person out there that, if not evolved, the predator in them takes over them to the point where they not only hurt you, but they're hurting themselves. So that's a little ego. So he's talking about his ego and how he approaches a girl and the type of girl, you know? And I feel as though we're learning to pick up on the con artist, you know? Art of seduction is basically a game that women have. So we're seductive, right? Women are just seductive. That's just by nature. Men are by nature predators. And it's not to be evil or mean or cruel, but they're hunting. They're hunting. And I'm picking up on an energy that you haven't identified that you're being hunted. And then I'm getting that channel of, rather be the hunter than the prey, cause I'm standing faced up on cause you're a natural. You know, before I opened this channel, I was really picking up on purification. And I was being shown that we're going through a purification, we're being purified. And this art of seduction mentality, method, the player, everything that was sold to us, you know, the way it was sold to us, the way that we understand it, the process of mating and making love, the dance that we play, the romance. It is an art. It is an art. But you know, it doesn't have to be like a con art. That's what I think I'm picking up on here is we don't have to make it about fake, right? Because the art of seduction, exactly, look at this. You see how it's like them two mirroring each other? This beautiful dance they're doing. They're just like, ah. And they're doing the same thing. They're just mirroring each other. we got the moon really illuminated there. I'm recording this under a full moon. So be very cognizant, conscious when you're interacting with people, especially men. I'm sorry, no hate. I love men. I'm a woman, okay? I love them. But I also love myself. And when we talk about purity, there's a song that Jay-Z says, or line, he says, I saw the innocence leave your eyes. The way he describes, it's a song. Yeah, we should pull it up. There's this innocence in us women, in us young people even, because I feel like the youth and feminine nature kind of go alongside each other until you're a mother, or until you become responsible or a caretaker for something else. There's this flow, this feminine energy that flows through us all. And that is what I believe the predator is after, okay? It's that innocence in us. And it's ugly to see, and obviously monsters that do it to young people. We see grooming, we see all types of stuff like that. And then where we fail to see it, because women, we love our delusions, we love our imagination, we love our fantasy. We love to create what we want it to be. And you have to understand, men are planning and strategic, and they think different. They're not like that. So I gotta know the song. I don't know the song's name. So yes, I do. It's on here. He goes, I saw the innocence leave your eyes that day. Basically, he watched, so he had this pure version of his mate, and he did something bad, and then he watched the innocence leave her eyes. So basically, there's this, it's dark. It's like we're not supposed to do things like that. Like, that's not the way we love each other. But we're trapped because we've been in the system that has us believing that, like, and I saw Tyla, Tyla, this upcoming young, beautiful artist, talented, she can dance, she's just like a whole bubbly, beautiful little glob of South African. And I see something in her. I see something I used to have. And I see how predators are looking at her, whether they're male or female, because the female predator looks at her like they can't wait for her to mess up. They can't wait for her to mess up. They see her as this young, naive thing. Oh, she's cute. She can dance. She can do all this stuff. Yeah, but the first wrong thing she does, they're going to be the first people to be like, look, see, she's not perfect. See, she's not perfect. But no, she's a very talented, beautiful young soul. And yeah, hunger, eat, feed, greedy. The predator, male, I am at the age where I've heard arguments. Let's say there's a predator male looking at her, which is just a male. Like, I'm sorry. Men hunt and they do sports because they're predators. And I don't think that's a bad thing at all. I actually think it's a good thing. But I think we're channeling the predator energy wrong. And in this case, just this example, that's all it is I'm seeing how people are like, let's hope the industry doesn't get her. I hear people wanting to protect her too. I heard people like, please, hope she has a team around her to protect her because she's a light, she's shining, she's vibrant. Basically, she is so magnetic and so beautiful that people see that people are going to prey on her easily because she's so naive. She's so, she just wants to dance. She just wants to be like, she's just so fun. So yeah, too fast, need for speed. And then I'm seeing her in these new, she's now presenting herself like more dominatrix, sexual. There's this one picture again. I'm just looking at one picture. I'm not judging her. I think she's beautiful and I love her to the core. But in this one picture, this newer, like she went from how she presented herself to us to now this up, you can just tell she upgraded and made an album. And it just seems a little bit not who she was when she showed up. She's in this dominatrix, like fitted, beautiful, tight corset in the bedroom type of look, all wet, dripping water everywhere. She looks immaculate. She's so gorgeous. But what I'm trying to, as an elder here, is like somebody's mama, somebody's auntie, you know, I'm just trying to say she was and is perfect as she is. She does not need to appease or appeal to the male gaze or the eyes of men to be good, or people, you know, the judgment of her. She didn't want to hold her trophy. There was like a lot of weird things. So I want to get off of her because it's not about her, but it is about the energy of predators. You know, I know all about them. I really do. I really do. I don't know all about them, but I know enough. I know all I need to know for this message. And I just want to help people that want to know the truth, you know? Because we have to, it's okay to be a predator because they have equal rights. But we also need to know when we're not protecting our village, our tribe from predators, you know? And I think that that's where society has failed us in the past, is we haven't been very protective of the unit. I know some people are, but as a general statement. Okay, so it says, I got Michelangelo, marriage does not stop male nature, and plasma. And then I see a man walking in the middle of the road with a dog and a pail of gasoline, which is just kind of showing me, like, think about it, men, and then the dogs, like the player, and then the gasoline, the destructive nature. Like what you about to go, he's probably just putting gas in his car, but that's not the point, or is whatever he's got. The point is, men are wired differently than women. And I'm not trying to confuse anyone or make anyone feel confused, but I am just speaking to anyone who feels preyed on or feels like young and not knowing how to present themselves to the world or how to obtain what it is they're looking for without using their sexuality as their lead. Because when we do that, we're actually just saying, hey, you want my power? Come get it. I'll give it to you freely. That's not the way to do it. And that's what I see the shift happening with her, is there was a little bit of that lust energy coming out of her, that, how do you say it? Like attention seeking. And then we get the Knight of Inspiration, which is the card of player. This is the card of player, and this is the obstacle over the truth. It goes like this. It's to say that the truth is being exposed and illuminated. So what I'm talking about is reality. And the challenge is to see it for what it is. See this flame the way it is, because from my vantage point, we're not doing a good job of protecting the youth. The past, ships coming in, dominoes falling into place, things making sense. Okay, so we've just been building up to this position, to this point, this realization. Future position. So I see us, we're pushing really hard to make something real. You know, I don't think that we have the right idea of what a relationship looks like. And I don't know why. I don't know if it's because we were just in this patriarchy for so long and we were sold an idea of what it should look like. So we played pretend. Because, you know, as a little girl, or boys too, boys love their imagination, but often they're more about like exploring and adventure and da-da-da. Girls will actually take dolls and like dress them and play out roles of wife because it's the tools they're given when they're little to act out this role. And everything about that is demonstrating that the purpose of a woman is to be mother, right? Which makes a lot of sense because we have a womb. But at the same time, what I've learned as someone who's given birth and understands that side of it, there's a huge side of it where it's just me. And if we don't, I love how Beyonce has represented the independent woman. I do. I think she's brilliant in the way that she has expressed it. She's like, I am so effing dope all by myself. And then there's Jay-Z. That's how she paints it. I am wife, I am mother, I am maiden, I am maid, I am crone, whatever. I can do it all with or without you. And she truly can. Like, no hate, no, it's not to be hateful. Which is funny because we were trying to pull up Jay-Z and I think he was talking to her. But again, I don't know all the depth of these celebrity people and who they're talking to in their music. But I know in that song, seeing the innocent leave the eyes, that is a real thing. And I've noticed that about myself even. And it's funny because starting with the J. Cole song, She Gon' Pop, When She Gon' Pop, it's because a lot of times men like to say women trap men with babies, but what about the women that get trapped with babies? What about the women that get trapped with babies, meaning like they fall for the delusion? Because remember, the art of seduction. So they fall for the illusion, they get pulled into the predicament, they repeat the cycle of the parents or whatever. And the male, as he's describing in the song, is he's seeing this all before that she sees it. And he's like, well, I'll take it because baby, I'm picturing you naked. Like he's in his thoughts is like, I've got to conquer this woman. I want to take her purity. Yeah, it sucks because it's almost like they actually do, in a way, like to knock us off. But the positive parts of feminism, because I have talked negatively on feminism recently, and I'm not trying to say in its entirety it's bad, because to be able to work and be independent and autonomous is what's saving a lot of women across the globe at this time. That there are women that don't even have the opportunity to work for themselves and to get out of situations. And I think the number one way to abuse somebody is financial abuse. So when you're codependent on a partner because you're selling yourself to them, like, purchase me, I'm a piece of property and you can own me, I think that's where Beyonce's like, yeah, right, never. Because think about before Lemonade or whatever. I don't know. I don't know their history. I really don't. I just know some. But like, there was a moment in time when it was public knowledge that she got cheated on. And if she didn't have all that she had, she wouldn't have been able to boss up like she did and say, look, like, you know. And I feel like we're coming to that wisdom in time in society. It's so smart. It's brilliant. It's because we're evolving. We're too intelligent for the monkey mind. We're too intelligent for the past versions of ourselves. Even though we're struggling, we have this Four of Pentacles here, which is like, I am struggling to hold on, that I want to hold on to the old way. I like the concept of a house and a picket fence and a dog and all that nonsense, all that earth energy, right? But no, you see how it was like confident too. Like the way it came out, it was like, yep, this is the card. Because we started with the King of Swords and now we're ending with the King of Wands. So it's like, and the King of Wands is an independent person. He or she can have a wife, but their creative pursuits, their independence, their whatever they feel like, whatever they can, because they're master manifestors of, if they want this, they make that happen. This archetype is to say, hard work leads to success. And focusing on this grief and the sadness of what we've lost is what's holding us back from the future. And as we take this quantum leap, because that's what it is a like all of our cells are being pulled into the future while our meat suit is still here. And it's just so weird. It feels like, whoa, like how is this happening? You know? Remember, marriage does not stop male nature. And most men don't even realize this until they're older, because men are immature, okay? And I don't mean that negatively. I just mean that they're more fun-spirited. That's why they're just more fun-spirited. They'll go do dumb stuff, like dumb, immature things. Not negative or positive, very neutral. And that nature to them, it takes them longer to realize maybe what they're doing. But truly, they do discover it. They do realize it. And I don't think they all do it. I'm not saying all men want to pray specifically. But they do get gratification in getting a woman to submit to them. Because women are the intelligence, the maturity, the capability. We have a lot more going on. A lot more to... While men like to have fun, we are the fun. Does that make sense? So I think all in all, women are the fun. Women are what makes things fun. Without women in this life, in this reality, it would be really, I don't know, gladiator. Men would be crazy without women. And women would not be crazy without men. We'd be awesome. I'm really not trying to say women are better than men. I truly am not. I'm not. I don't know. I'm just speaking on what I'm saying. Stalker. Yes. So the subconscious program, because men love women so much, they've designed it to where part of the illusion and part of the matrix was to keep the woman imprisoned. All the way down to the plasma, guys. The colorless fluid is part of the blood. So they have been doing a lot with our DNA, and a lot of it's psychological, because basically I've been teleporting from the 1950s to now, crazy. And I just see this transition from housewife to civil rights, to feminism, to today. And we're so confused. We're so confused and imbalanced and grieving and sad and frustrated. We don't know what to pick. We're like, what do we do? Look at all this confusion. She's in here trying to pick a fish, but she's confused. She doesn't know which fish is what. Man, we got a lion, we got a shark, we got a celebration one, we got someone with a gold chain, like we got a pimp over here, we got a glowing sun, we got a two-headed fish, we got a bandit. Like, there's so many challenges in our present now because we are transitioning. We're transitioning to the new earth. And pack light. Pack light, because the metamorphosis to elevate and to become the new you is going to be a beautiful masterpiece. Michelangelo. You know, it's also going to be more focused on God. And I say that because I'm envisioning the art of Michelangelo, and I'm looking at it like it makes me want to cry when I see it, because the fascinating architecture, like the design of it, you know, I got to. It's gonna hit something in my psyche when I see it. I'm just gonna type in Michelangelo. I'm not very good with computers. Michelangelo. Of course they show me his face. Yeah, we want to see his art, people. So you see what I'm saying? Like, this is where we're going. This is something different. What happened to Google Images? Are Google Images not a thing anymore? I don't know. You see it at all? I don't know if I can show you. Look at Michelangelo, okay? Paintings. And do you see what's going on in this stuff? It's a lot bigger than, oh, he likes me? Oh my God. Like, I must be of value. Because we're going to be looking to the heavens from here forward. We're not looking to man. That's part of the trick. Nephilim. Interesting. Nephilim. The giants. Something about them wanting to, you know, play with God's angels. Yeah. Believe actions, not words. Watch a man's game. Like, watch the game they play with you. Because unfortunately, a lot of them are playing a game. If you're not, and you're a man and you're watching this and you're not playing a game, I'm obviously not talking to you. I'm not talking to anyone who's not doing this. We're only channeling people that do this. Because there are small children that are naive, moldable, and impressionable out there that are in the hands of these people. And if you're not one of them, help them get away from them, okay? Because we need tribe, we need community, we need protectors, we need men acting like men and gathering together to figure these problems out, so that if you're not a part of it, you're helping, you know? Because anorexia, not eating enough, poor health, emotional eating, and bad relationships with food, all the psychological, that's why the plasma came up, because it's trying to let us know, like, down to the deep level of, like, inside of your blood, the cells, the mitochondria, the DNA, the hormones, the frequency, the energy signature that transfers amongst you to the next. You are sharing energy with everyone that you interact, that you come in contact with. And it will cause you psychological torture, damage, and repercussions when you forget your nature to be fully feminine, but like free. You know, women are free. That's kind of what it is. It's like, in order for them to cage us, they had to do this. They had to create this. They had to sell us this dream because we're too awesome all by ourselves. Virginity, purity, angelic baby. You know what I'm saying? Give us a baby and just go away. I don't mean that. Like, for real, guys. I'm saying we can entertain ourselves in ways that, like, we don't need all this external validation. Our inside imagination stuff is so vivid and extravagant and complex and wonderful that when you take that away from us, or take it for yourself or whatever, it breaks us down. So whoever I'm talking to. And in order to avoid that breakdown, it's really critical to just delete the program of what it used to be. I think that's really where we're heading in the realm of relationships, is we're like, oh, I see the dichotomy, I see the relationship, I see that vetting has to be a lot more selfish. You have to think for yourself, or else someone's going to think for you. And while there's a lot to be said about putting trust and faith into somebody to take care of you, I think that's only when you had inadequate parents or people that raised you inadequately to rely heavily and codependently on someone else, which is the structure and design, part of the patriarchy, part of the system, the matrix, the beast, the monster, that has us trapped. Because we're free. We are free beings to flow and to create and to be. And I'm seeing like the make water out of wine, make wine out of water, because it's like, to craft something or to make something beautiful, it's really not that hard, but it just takes time. And that's what we're spending, is our time and our currency on upholding this system. We're gonna just do 3 at a time now. Influenced, coerced, controlled, untreated mental illness and violence. You know, I've seen the 90s, the 2000s, the 2010s, the 2020s, and I see a clear difference in women in the 90s that I watched on TV. Like, go watch Unpretty. You can cut your hair if it won't grow. You can, whatever, do your nails because you says so. You can buy all the makeup that man can make, but if you can't find what you're looking for inside you, find out who can, I don't know, be in the position to make you feel so damn unpretty. If you feel unpretty, go listen to that song, Unpretty, TLC. Left Eye is going in to get her breasts done, and she's beautiful, absolutely beautiful. And the message is she runs out. She does not get her boobs done. But the whole video, she's like planning for this because her boyfriend wants to pay for it and stuff, her husband, whoever. And I grew up with that message. Or like Aaliyah. I grew up with her. I grew up with, I don't know. Women just used to be a lot, Lauryn Hill, Erykah Badu, okay? I'm trying to think who else. Mariah Carey, Whitney Houston. And I'm not saying the women today aren't great, but I'm saying the art of seduction used to be in the hands of women. Men used to be more respectful. And women used to be more respectful, actually. I think that's vice versa, for sure. I think that we used to be more respectful of each other and understood boundaries a lot better. And now that everything's convoluted, we have stalkers now that just like can't stop feeding or whatever, because it's far few in between to find a real person nowadays. Escaping toxic patterns or family. Actually, it says escaping toxic parents or family. Yeah, we did have a lot more earth and peace before. Yeah, and then we split, and then we divided, and then every time we break it down more and more, it just gets more complex, and the basics get, forgotten. What is this message for? It's just to say that there is an independence to be had. There is a lonely feeling out there in this desolate desert of relationship. And it might be for the better, okay? It might be for the better. Because you can't make someone change. You can't make someone bend to your will. But what you can do is manipulate. What you can do is lie and try to, and try to create what you want it to be. But we're not in the age of Pisces anymore. And in the age of Pisces, it used to be a lot more okay to like hide behind things and illusions. And now that things are clearer and quicker to come to the head, we now see that there's a lot more toxicity in this. So child services, kids at risk of being taken or is about to, reporting something, neglect and abuse because of wanting to take your light for your shine. It says your light irritates their demons. Carless, no car issues. And with the Chariot being here, that's just saying like, since they can't get to position, whoever they are, women prey on young men too. Older women can prey on young men. Women same age can prey on men. It's not to say it's always men, but it's a lot more likely. Okay. So not being able to move, that was the plan, was to keep you stuck and bound, because a mother will always provide for her family in a way that sacrifices herself before a man would, sorry. And I don't mean that men don't sacrifice themselves, and they do. I don't know many personally, and I know that's because I'm part of the group of people he was talking about, where he said, I'm sorry I'm looking at my lips so much, I'm going through this dry thing, but that's why he said, I'm asking where similar predicament, I'm asking where Hanukkah went. She says, your guess is good as mine. He in the street, he run like all the time. Left you alone with the baby, I don't hear from the but it is her parents. It was the pattern. He was able to recognize the pattern because they're playing chess. If you're smart, strategic, and paying attention, you're playing chess. And with life. And I'm seeing that we're discovering in the subconscious that is now less beneficial. So we have to understand the monster itself is also mutating. So as we're becoming stronger, so is that force, which is going to create a lot more sociopathic behavior, which is not as psychopathic. Psychopaths, I think, were more of the past. Sociopaths are more the present day type, which is why we're seeing a lot of unexpected violence, because the sociopath is like, maybe I'm seeing like the pressurized psychopath put in the corner, into these different positions. Got into you, good chemistry, great vibes, positivity. And I think there are a beautiful amount of people out there that are good men, good women, and the chemistry is pure. We're trying to get to divinity and purity. That's the thing. The whole concept of me sitting here today was because I was being told purification, purification. And women being tied to the moon, being tied to emotions, being tied to the waters, and the concept that most everything is water. It's ideal for us to get information. Okay, ladies, now let's get information. Show me that you can do this. Because there are protector men, there are provider men, there are loving, kind men, but we idealize and pedestalize ain't shit men. I don't even like that term. Or men that talk a good game, because we did have that actions over words. The art of seduction, the con artist, not the Michelangelo, because we're about to see Michelangelo. And just because someone can paint a Michelangelo doesn't necessarily make them great. Let's get that clear. But really watching someone's actions and behaviors before trying to sign contracts of your life over, which is making babies and believing in fantasies or that things will always be how you imagine them to be. No, things change. Life is a constantly evolving, revolving, changing process. And it's a beautiful journey. A beautiful journey. We just forgot why we're on the journey. We're on the journey to achieve and be at our excellence, to be the king or the queen of our dominion, of our domain. And survival, adrenaline, the parts of us that know how to adapt to changes, we're starting to see, oh, yeah, we're in fight or flight, because as the old world dies and the new one comes in, fight or flight's like, yo, why am I taking this in the future with me? This doesn't even belong with me. Get off of me. Get behind me, the devil. Like, you just kind of want to throw it behind you, like, whoa, you can't come in the future with me. Like, this is not how I envision this to go. No. So, Independence, guys. That's what it is. Be independent. If you're 40 minutes into a video with me, an Aquarius, rebellious, free-spirited, creative, free thinker, that tends to be some of those things, especially in my younger years. My advice is to build yourself up. We got the middle world and the lower world, which is so interesting because we didn't get the upper world. But the middle world is about being on earth. The lower world is about the darker aspects, the shadows. So as we're integrating our shadow, which a lot of women are understanding their dark feminine or their Lilith or all the things about you that, especially in religion or the patriarchy or past, the penis, all of the past has kind of made us believe that we have to be givers when feminine energy is receptive and it's a receiving energy. And I think when we get back into trying to fill a role or to be a part of something or to be a part of his or a man's world and create a woman's world, we're going to see a much more beautiful planet. And maybe men, not all men, but the men that are acting crazy can get in line and understand that what they really want, though, is also seeking them, but not in a power dominance kind of way, not in a competitive kind of way, not in a don't come looking to conquer me. Don't come looking to take me over. I'm not your enemy. I'm not your war. I'm not your battle. Go do that out in the world and treat me like the receptive feminine energy that I am. Get out of your shadow and meet me in the new earth. Okay? That's what I have today. Thank you so much.